I don't know if anybody heard me there at the beginning of the broadcast. I was singing the new Weird Al song, Tacky, which is a parody of Pharrell's Happy, apparently. I've never really heard Happy before. But Weird Al's going to be releasing a new album tomorrow. I'm so happy that I dressed up like one of the song lyrics. I'm Tacky. Look at this. See, I got fluorescent orange pants on here in my Ed Hardy shirt. It's like, I'm Tacky. I'm Tacky. And I'm also wearing my Weird Al cap. Actually, Al TV. It's got Weird Al Yankovic on the back of it. I've had this for years. I picked it up at my very first Weird Al concert eons ago. Hello, world. I am Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use. Like an answer to the question, Chris, are you really excited for the new Weird Al album? And that answer is yes, definitively. No doubt about it. This is like an event for me. I don't get as excited for other new artist releases. Star Wars movies, yes. Weird Al Yankovic album releases, yes. They Might Be Giants I get excited about, but I don't know if I get as excited. I don't know why. I really don't. Weird Al was my first musical concert, was Diana's first musical concert some years later. Last year, actually, for my 40th birthday, and here I am on the cusp of year 41. Thank you to the 896 patrons today, as of July 14th, 2014. I really appreciate your support. It's because of you that I really get excited to do this kind of video for everybody, largely because of the patrons. They get bonuses, but everybody usually gets most of what I put out there. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff, not just news to cover, but also physical product as well. It was kind of a busy weekend. The infamous they did not slow down over just because everyone else was taking a break doesn't mean that the whole internet stopped. Oh, unbelievable. We're still giving away an 11-inch MacBook Air. If you want to participate, you want a chance, check out the link in the video description as soon as it's there. And if it's not there, just slap me upside the head and say, Chris, I didn't see the link in the video description. And don't ask. Some people, where's the link? It's in the video description. 9 times out of 10. Still have that NatureBox unboxing. They were really happy with that. In fact, had a couple tweet us. I mean, a couple, like a man, woman, couple, tweet us this weekend saying, hey, they really loved their NatureBox. They really appreciated the 50% off coupon code for their first month subscription to NatureBox. Very happy to oblige. Not a problem at all. Hopefully everyone enjoyed Friday's How to Start with Android video, part of TGIF. This week, I hope to do a How to Start with Lego. Maybe actually, maybe I'll do a How to Get Started with Weird Al. Yeah, that'll be, I think that's more relevant for this week, because it's Al. And Diana likes my outfit, by the way. She thinks I'm styling. I am. So if you have not heard the song yet, you have to. It's a parody. It's not an original. Weird Al, like half the songs he does are original. And I did listen to the NPR interview before anybody else asks. Some people say, hey, did you hear the interview? Yes, trust me, I'm way ahead of you on that one. But he talked about this may be his last full album, like as, the traditional construct of an album is concerned. I plan on buying this is how much I support him. I'm going to buy a digital copy, and I'm going to buy a physical copy. Two separate monies there. Bam, bam, bam. Just like that. That's how I roll. That's how I Yankovic. How I support my Al. He's not mine, he's everybody's. He remembers me, too.
I know.
Remember, we saw the concert, and I fell in the gap between his tour bus and the thing? That was so embarrassing.
You were so nervous.
I was like, hey, Al. He's like, hey. He remembered me. He remembered me, and that was just nice. And that's why I know when some people see me and they meet me in real life, I understand what it's like to be in their shoes, because I'm in those shoes, when it comes to meeting my heroes, He's my hero. He is a hero. I mean, look at how, he's been able to push his career forward through all these years and, standing up and stands the test of time. Everything he's done.
He's so nice.
And he's very, very nice. The official full-length TV launch trailer for Doctor Who Series 8 has been posted. It's about a minute long, and in there you see Clara and the Doctor. Of course, this is Capaldi's Doctor, and it looks good. It looks, solid. There's quite a few new aliens or creatures that we've not yet seen in this series, or the new since the reboot of Doctor Who. If you have not started Doctor Who, no time like the present to watch the TGIF and how to get started. We did that for you. Doctor Who, fantastic series. Cannot wait to see what kind of doctor Capaldi is. Although Tenet's still my doctor. Oh, by the way, over the weekend I gave something away, and I plan on giving even more things away that I don't. I have a lot of stuff that I just don't have room for necessarily, so I'm going to try to do more giveaways. And so now what I've done is I set up a new tier, so like $25 on up patrons get their names and other bonuses in the presentation. $10 and up, those patrons, at random times I'm going to send random people random things that I get. So that's Kurt Kellner. Got that iPhone charger thing. So I sent that off over the weekend. That cost me money to ship it. But, it's like, it's just a little kickback. It's like a random kickback for those who are at that level or higher. Patron Earl Green, after listening to that news story I shared last week where the 2 people died trying to retrieve their smartphone, apparently a teen has died trying to get back his stolen iPhone. Now, this happened to your brother. He had his iPhone stolen. He had to find my iPhone thing, and so he could track exactly where it was. It was like some dorm rooms or something. And I was like, you should go after it. And the police couldn't do anything. But Diana said, no. And you called the ball on that one because you don't know what those people are going to do. They may kill you for that iPhone. Yeah. I mean, seriously, talk about like a stupid way of dying. I mean, I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm saying like that's a horrific. Like to die, because of a gadget. I mean, that's just, man, technology's not worth that much. I'm sorry. A technology is not worth your life. And I said this like last week, talking about the other story. It's not worth your life. So if you lose your phone, turn that over, any kind of data, turn it over to the authorities. Don't do any kind of confrontation. Certainly not when you don't know who has it. The teen died trying to recover the stolen iPhone. Ugh. That's sad. And you know what's pathetic? What? What's really pathetic is the person who stole it. It wasn't theirs to take. Why'd they steal it? I mean, why you gotta take from somebody else? I don't understand that. It's like these random YouTube. Sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tear here. There was a troll who he does technology videos on YouTube, and he was just slagging me up and down. He was calling me greedy. Yet at the same time, he has sponsors, runs ads, and posts links to his affiliate program. Yet I'm greedy. He's just slagging people, and apparently he does this to other people as well. I'm like, hey, you know what? Don't expect that people are going to come to rush to support you when all you've done is slapped them around. And that's effectively what he does. And I consider that pathetic.
And he has to sleep with that at night.
Yeah, you do. You have to. He has to sleep with that at night. It's not in my conscience. Yeah. I'm happy to do what I do. Very, very happy to do what I do. Very happy to give to everybody as much as I can give, and of course, give more to those who do give more. I mean, it's economics. So, virtual reality is now being used at the dentist. Some dentists, not every dentist. Don't get excited. Don't go to your dentist and go, virtual reality is not necessarily going to be there. But it can be used to relieve pain. So, this is one of the reasons why you go to a dentist now. Don't remind me. I know I got to go in. You go to a dentist now, you sit in the chair, they got a TV, maybe a DVD playback, class, old school. Oh my God, look, it's a DVD. Oh my God, well, look at there. Well, you got some VHS tapes too, huh? You can't stream anything. You have dial-up. You don't even have the YouTubes. I kind of, do I do that? Am I the only one who does that? When I see a DVD player, I'm like, aw, bless your heart. Tell me I'm not the, that's so nice. That is so nice. A DVD player with every episode of Friends on disc. Yes, you do know it'll work. Okay. And I was trying to be funny there, but don't poke holes in my logic.
Sorry. DVD players.
Thank you. Appreciate that support. Look, go ahead, cough all over my Darth Vader stuff. That'd be great. Let's get it sick. Let's get it the flu or whatever the hell you have, a virus. Diana went viral last week. So using virtual reality to relieve pain. So effectively, you put the mask on, you're transported virtually in your head to another place. And if you're concentrating on what you see in front of you and experience that, you're less thinking about what the dentist is doing down here. Kind of interesting. I think it's a great way of taking your mind off things. Now, I'm the kind of fan of, I'm the kind of guy, I'm a fan of anything that would make me not feel anything going to the dentist. In fact, I'm a fan of Diana. You got to get one of those Flintstone big clubs and go, and then drag me off to the dentist by my hair, and then I'll go. That's when. Just wait until I'm like knocked. Wait till I'm in a coma, then bring the dentist in.
I hate the dentist.
No one likes the dentist. I don't know. Other than dentists like each other.
They
Dentists.
lie. They say it won't
And then it hurts. That's right. I don't know what's up with that. Schools will soon be able to apply for grants from a $2 billion fund to help pay for Wi-Fi networks in schools under a plan approved Friday by federal regulators. See, I told you, the internet did not stop just because you decided to tune out over the weekend. That's a big deal. $2 billion to fund Wi-Fi in schools. Internet access. Because without access to the internet, it's kind of like not having access to a library. And even greater, it's like the world is at your fingertips. I mean, without the internet, I would not have a plate that looks like Darth Vader. It's got a little cup bowl thing, this little thing. eBay. Hello, eBay. Right there, look at that. See, the nice thing about this Darth Vader plate, number one, matches the decor. Number two, it's a collectible, although it's kind of chipped. I wish I could get the new one, but they don't really sell them anymore. And then three, when Diana makes food for me, I always get concerned because she makes a lot, and I like a lot of food. That's the problem. I'll just eat whatever's in front of me. But she can only get so much in this plate and bowl. So it's like, it's adult size and child size.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And speaking of Darth Vader and babies, or child, sorry, not a patron, Morton Larson. I don't know if he's a patron or not, but Morton Larson sent us a Darth Vader onesie.
And it's a sneak peek.
It's a sneak peek to the baby shower, which did not happen this weekend, obviously, because Diana's been sick. But we're on course to doing the live baby shower stream next weekend, this coming weekend. So stay tuned for that. Ryan Bragg says, can't wait for the new CD tomorrow. Indeed. Now, my 41st birthday's coming up. I'm doing a Darth Vader-themed birthday. Shock. I got this Darth Vader rubber wristband right there, so I can Vader myself there. I also picked up, people have been asking, like, Chris, are you going to get a smartwatch? I'm like, I think this is pretty smart. Look, it tells the time, and it slaps on your wrist. It's a Darth Vader time-telling slapwatch. Smartwatch. It's smart. You know why this is smart? Because A, it's very, very, very affordable, and B, because it's got Darth Vader on it. And honestly, to me, that's the killer feature for a smartwatch. You know, none of them look like Darth Vader. I think that's a huge detriment. To this is my. If you ask me, Chris, you gotta get a smartwatch, dude. Do you not watch TLDR? I have one now, although I don't want to remove it from the packaging. I'm becoming a collector that way. I just want to kind of keep it there. Although I want to use it too. Maybe on my birthday. Maybe I'll take it out of the packaging on my birthday. Even though I'm not a big fan of customs, I'm getting through products here. And I mentioned this in the vlog. I don't know if it was in today's or it'll be in tomorrow's. But Paul Mazicek, I don't know how you say your name, Paul, but you sent this nice little note here. And apparently in the vlog where Diana watched Star Wars for the first time on the movie marathon for Star Wars Day, I mentioned that I wanted a Han Solo frozen in ice cream. So Paul did this custom. It's paint on, there's Han Solo in, no, he's Han Solo in an ice cream bar. And this is great. Now, I think you can customize your own. I mean, obviously, it's really easy to do. But it would be awesome if there were a bar, an ice cream bar that was like that. It was Han Solo frozen in ice cream, like that you could eat. That'd be kind of fun. I'd eat that. See, like the sandwich cookie on the outside, and then you put the ice cream in the middle.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah? You're like, it's frozen in carbonate. It's great. It's funny. I'm not a big fan, like I said, not a big fan of customs, but I got a huge kick out of that. Huge kick. Grim Fandango. I mentioned this is one of my favorite video games of all time. Apparently, the remake is not just coming to PS4 or the Vita, but it's also coming to Linux, Windows, and OS X. So expect me to be playing Grim Fandango and working through that again. Grim Fandango, one of my favorite video games of all time. And it's coming to the Mac. And Windows and Linux as well. So traditional computers, not just those who have a PS4. Here's a kind of a neat little website you can go to and in your spare time, if you have spare time. It's very much like if you saw the movie Jurassic Park, which I'm assuming if you're a geek, you've seen Jurassic Park. Someone has created the Jurassic Park computer interface in a web browser. So you can go here and you can, I'm sorry, I'm playing the video, which I shouldn't do because I'm not licensed for it. But anyway, so now you can play with the Jurassic Park computer interface through this website, JurassicSystems.com, at least for now, until it gets taken down. DARPA has 50 caliber bullets, and I think that's how you say it. It's like a .5 but I think it means 50 caliber bullets. I'm not a gun guy. I'd have to ask Jerry, who's coming over this weekend for a live geek out, by the way. So DARPA's design, and DARPA's they're the group that brought you the internet. So if you like the internet, you also might like killing people without actually seeing them, because these bullets should help snipers remain undetected as they shoot at a target. So it's like a self-guided bullet. Like, okay, at what point does this become asinine? Yeah, I mean, that's just... I suppose if it saves lives, but... I don't know, to me, why are we killing a lot of people just to save more lives? I don't... It's weird to me. Either way, technology is in a self-guided bullet. Patron Earl Green posted or sent me a link, stealing passwords with Google Glass. So, Google Glass, I think this is more fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But effectively, you got a camera, right? And you can point it towards something and take a picture or a video. And that's effectively what could be done. Imagine you're sitting there at a coffee shop and you type in your Facebook password or whatever, and someone spies it and they record it and they basically lift your password and analyze exactly how you did what you did, and they've got your password. One more reason, I should say, to enable two-factor authentication on every social service you possibly can, or any service that has 2FA. In fact, I think 2FA is going to become the norm as far as passwords are concerned, because it's two-factor authentication. You got your password, but then you would also have to tie it to a mobile number or an email address or something that required authentication rather than just one level deep. It's 2 levels deep, which is near impossible to get around. Not to say it is impossible to get around. So remember mood rings from the 70s? There's now such a thing as mood bracelets. So they rolled this out at one of those film festivals where, you may have heard, I've never been part of this, but they do these studies where someone's watching a show and they've got a dial in front of them and say, yes, this makes me happy, I'm ambivalent, this makes me sad, and they basically, manually turn the dial to tell these people who are watching the data, what they feel at any given time. Well, the body does things that we don't intentionally do. Like we breathe. Naturally, unless there's an issue, we can breathe and we don't think about it. Well, the body will perspire. We get excited about something. The heart rate will elevate. The body will change. And there's technology that will effectively monitor it. And what this will do for people who are monitoring that data is more finely tune how people react to things. So content could get better, theoretically. Even advertising and marketing could get better, because good advertising and marketing, ends up touching this emotional, an emotional point within us. It's a story, or it's something that resonates with us on some level. And so it's kind of neat that they're rolling this out, very, very simple, very, very clean, this way of monitoring and automating that process, because what we feel and what we think may be different from what we do or what we say. And when you can strip out any kind of variations on this reporting, or any kind of discrepancies with reporting data, you're getting closer to raw data, or actual more valid data coming through. So I think sensors, that's going to be a huge trend as the years roll on. Not just what?
I was trying to take a picture of Wicket, but my sound was on.
Oh.
So he's gone.
Oh, Wicket doesn't like the sound of the camera app. And he's gone. Seriously, he just don't do that around Wicket. He's not a fan. Your name could be there in the next go around if you want. You can become a patron at chrispirillo.com. Almost at a real 900 again, possibly. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I don't want to turn it off. I want to kick in the screensaver. Booyah! Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, more beautiful than my outfit, which I know you guys want to see again, if you're lucky, and if you're good. Naked selfies have been extracted from eBay factory reset phones. Remember that Android story I was telling you about? If you have an Android phone and you factory reset it, you may want to use another piece of software to do it, because Google has not fixed this problem. Android factory reset it's factory reset, yes, but the data can still be recovered. Oops.
Did you hear about the girl that sent a naked selfie to her dad on accident?
I missed this story. What? Okay, obviously I'd say what happened, but I think you just said the whole story right there. What? Oh my God.
That's awful.
Why don't you never send me accidentally or purposefully selfies? Why is that?
They would
Don't.
They would get leaked.
Exactly, don't.
Yeah.
There's a reason I don't have Richard pics out there. Wow, I did not know that. I could have lived without knowing that, and so help me God, if baby Pirillo, male or female, does something like that, what would you do? What would you do?
Gosh.
What would you do? Your baby sends you a naked picture. I'm like, bath time is over, hon. Bath time is over, yo. We don't know. We don't... Even though the doctors have told us it's going to be a horrible... They say we don't know if it is.
Yeah.
We think it's this. We're pretty sure it's this. But it might be that other thing. We don't know what the sex of the baby is going to be. Microsoft is the very antithesis of strategy. Now this, if you read nothing else, I realize TLDR, didn't want to read anything. You're all amped up for Weird Al Yankovic's new album. But if you read anything, this is the most, as I worded it on Twitter, the most cogent piece on where Microsoft has been and why they're in the position they are today. They've got some good ideas, but they're fighting the war the wrong way. Their strategy doesn't exist. Like, they have great, possibilities, but no strategy behind it. And even the recent memo from Satya Nadella didn't really put a finer point on it. It was even more unwieldy. I mean, there wasn't, it was doublespeak. A lot of doublespeak in nebulous terms. And this was by far, it's a quick read, but you really, I honestly believe you owe it to yourself to read it if you're at all interested in Microsoft. Even if you don't like Microsoft, or even if you don't own any of their products, I think it's still very important to read from an industry perspective. Microsoft is the very antithesis of strategy. Quick, clean, easy read. Very little to disagree with. I mean, if only because of the track record with Microsoft overall this time. I mean, it's very intelligible. Very intelligent, obviously the person who wrote it knew what they were talking about. They had perspective. This is what I think is lacking from a lot of people who are sharing their thoughts online. They have a Twitter account, therefore they think they're smart. And I'm never gonna claim that I think I live on the smart end of the scale, but I can recognize intelligence when I see it. And part of what goes into intelligence is longevity. So the longer someone's been working in an industry, the more inclined I am to listen to them because they've had the perspective. And so many people these days don't have a lot of that perspective. They just get online, flip on a camera, open up a Twitter account, and they think that they're, God's gift to everything. Longevity and experience speak volumes, and I think the author of this article absolutely has it. If you were jelly because Ingress was only available for Android, it's a game from Google. Well, today, or at least yesterday, when I had noted it, Ingress is now available for iOS. Now, this is I don't know how you explain it. I'm not a great person to explain it because I never really played it, never used it, but I know it has a ton of fans. And the fact that it's unlocked for iOS, to me, speaks volumes. I think Google wants more data because it's effectively what they're doing. They're tracking things, but giving you more, not control, giving you the game feel and the game experience to get data from you. And people like it. People who live inside of Google's world love Ingress. Available for iOS, despite many people who are Android fans saying, no, don't open it up to iOS. No, my nose itches. This is what happened like when Instagram opened up to Android. All the iOS users are like, no, don't open it up to Android. No, it'll ruin it. See, I hear these voices in my head on both sides, so you can't sit there and slag me. How come you only talk about Weird Al? Gosh, Chris. What are you gonna do? So, this was neat too. I had I guess someone that I've connected with in social for a number of years send me this link to a free universal construction kit. And how do I explain this? So I think it's going to be easier if I open it up in a web browser. So you've got different systems, that are out there. And I remember growing up with, I think they were called Bristle Blocks, Tinker Toys, Lincoln Logs, of course, Lego Bricks, Rector Sets and beyond. And you had to live in one type of connected or interconnected ecosystem. Well, now what you could do is you could download this free kit. You could print it on your own, or you could use a 3D printing service and have them print it for you. They've got parts that interoperate or interconnect between all these various systems. So you can go from Lego to Bristle Blocks, Lego to Lincoln Logs to Tinker Toys to Bristle Blocks. I mean, all, it's any kind of part to interconnect systems. Genius. Free. Because none of these companies are going to do it outright. And I wouldn't say that the resolution is super, super high, or like in terms of the fault tolerance or variance. I think like Lego Group is like down to 10 microns? Super, super tiny. I think the best 3D printing is, it's getting there. It's not quite there, but eventually it'll get there. So if you're looking for interoperability between these various geeky construction toy systems, this is it. This is absolutely it. And the kit is free to download, free to use, and of course will likely expand over time. I sent this link off to Jerry Berg, aka Barnacle Nerdgasm, although I hadn't heard back from him. But again, today is Monday, so I expect I'd hear from him soon. Baby Pirillo's first tableware or flatware, sorry, Darth Vader's on them. Although, see, the way Amazon sends things, if you collect things, don't buy things on Amazon, because they sent the boxes all bent. Like, I gotta take it out of the box now, and I'm gonna eat with Darth Vader's at some point in the near future. I might even open my door with the Darth Vader. No, I won't, because the keys that I have won't accommodate that particular form factor. And if I were going to school, I would carry my lunch in a lunch kit with Darth Vader on it. Oh, yes, and just to make sure I could get beat up, I'd also carry with me a Darth Vader backpack. I am ready to go back to school now. Chris, all you talk about is Darth Vader. Chris, all you listen to is Weird Al Yankovic. Chris, all you do is blah, blah, blah. Ad infinitum. BitTorrent is going to try a paywall and crowdfunding. This is interesting. They're going to try to effectively, I'm not going to say use a Kickstarter, because that's not what they're going to do, but they're going to try to kickstart a campaign around a sci-fi series. And I think it's a great idea. I mean, this is BitTorrent. Yes, the company that brought you the protocol to stamp out the ability for you to get content through legitimate means, although you can get legitimate content and software through BitTorrent, which I do all the time. New Linux distributions, even that I think that free construction kit interoperability thing, I think that's also got a BitTorrent link. So they're going to try, the company, separate from the protocol, is going to try a paywall and crowdfunding for content. See, for all those people say, you're doing it wrong. Trust me, A, I'm not the only one. B, I think that this is just going to be the way of the future. And I will tell you this, if what I see in the trailer looks good, I'll back it. Absolutely. No doubt, if there's a good sci-fi series that can be produced, I'd back it. This weekend, I think this was shown in the vlog, I kickstarted, or helped kickstart Wish I Was Here, and as a value for that, my tier, I got a video with Zach Braff. Not with him. He did a video, and I'm going to put it in the vlog. I got a Zach Braff video because I backed his project. I don't think my name was in the credits, though. I didn't see it. I saw a few of my friends, though. They're big Zach Braff fans. Big fan of Zach Braff. Kickstarted, or helped kickstart, Wish I Was Here. It was a solid movie. I did enjoy it. I'd have to watch it a few more times to know whether or not I enjoyed it more than... I almost said Jersey Shore, but that's not it. Garden State. I knew New Jersey was involved. Which Diana has not seen yet, and I'll have her watch it at her earliest convenience. I also kickstarted the video game movie. Or, I didn't kickstart it. I backed it. I have no problem backing these type of content projects. I mean, if it's content that I want, I'm very willing to pay for it. Very willing. Especially if there's a possibility that it's not going to get seen. I am so upset because the Garbage Pail Kids documentary did not get fully funded. And I backed it because I wanted it to be done. I'm a huge Garbage Pail Kids fan. You talk about his Garbage Pail Kids. Anyway, I was very disappointed. And I want him to do it again. I want him to try another platform to get it done. Extremely disappointed it didn't make it. So I'll back media projects or content projects all the time, especially if I like the people doing it. I like the content. I think they've got what it takes to pull it off at a degree that I would appreciate the content that's being produced. So anyway, I'm saying that because it's kind of dovetailing what I've said about stopping... I've stopped backing pretty much altogether any kind of software and or hardware/technology related crowdfunding project. So there's a big difference between content and media and backing that if you've got a track record, and then of course backing software and hardware even with a track record, because there's so much that's gone wrong. I'd say out of all the Kickstarter software hardware projects I've backed that have been successfully funded, I've been happy with 10% of them. Yikes. I would not spend somebody else's money on half the things that I've backed from crowdfunding. So do not bother to send me, oh, look at this cool Kickstarter crowdfunding project thing. And I'm like, I'll wait till it ships. I'll see if it's good, and then I'll buy it. But until then, not interested. I've 90% failure rate for the things that I've backed, big projects that I've backed that I thought the teams could pull it off. Don't fall in love with the idea. Fall in love with the people who are making that idea or bringing it to fruition. Big difference. So, yeah, I'm done with backing technology, hardware, software related crowdfunding projects altogether. Don't even ask. Don't even bother. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me back your iPhone case. No problem. You know, it ships 3 years from now when a new form factor is released. Genius move, bonehead. So, anyway, there's a little clue for you guys. Don't ever do that, or, well, just face likely being disappointed when it finally ships. I'm just saying, Love the idea of crowdfunding. Not every implementation of the crowdfunding experience. A few more things that I did want to cover, but I think I can pass them off until tomorrow. Nothing is really screaming for my attention right now. Thank you, by the way, for your attention today. I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to record our Q&A with you and me. I do a separate video 5 times a week, and this is the Q&A with you and me. Today, it's the public one. The other 4 are just for patrons. Today, it's can you be addicted to technology? I'll be answering that question in a separate video in this channel. Hope you enjoy watching that as well. Thanks again for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, watching even more of our videos right now, becoming a patron if you can, if you believe in this kind of thing, in the way that we do our things. And, you know, if you guys hate babies, you are really going to hate me in the coming year. If you hate kids, you're really going to, because it's going to become my life, and it's just the crossover is just going. It's absolutely going to happen. But with that, we get awesome new content like baby's first experience with iPad, baby's first experience with a Nexus 7. You know, like fun stuff that involves technology. Baby's first concert. Weird Al Yankovic. Yeah. I'm going to get bragging rights. So thank you again. Tomorrow, I still will be doing things, though I will likely be focusing most on tomorrow. Expect a kind of a live review. I'm not going to play the music, but a live review of my feelings towards the new Weird Al Yankovic album, set to be released tomorrow. Mandatory fun. Mandatory. It's mandatory. So if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. So thanks again. At this point, I am going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.